Hi everyone, welcome again to my channel. If it's your first time, if you're a returning subscriber, you're also welcome. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the 10 top fully funded scholarships in Canada for international students, both for bachelor's, for master's, for PhD, and also for both postdoctoral fellow. If you're interested to learn this topic, make sure you watch this video till the very end. I'm going to be going straight to my computer and I'm going to show you this top 10 scholarship. Don't touch that and make sure you watch this video till the very end. Let's go there. Okay, so the first type of scholarship that I want to talk about today is the University of Alberta undergraduate scholarship. This type of scholarship is for those that are planning to come for the undergraduate program. As you can see here, that about 1 in 5 first-year students receive scholarship. And if you want to learn more about this type of scholarship, if you visit the University of Alberta undergraduate admissions, you are going to see the type of scholarship options that are available, and then you can also get to learn about them. If you just scroll down, it's a top students could receive up to 5,000 Canadian dollars. This is usually depends on your admission average, right? It depends on what was your high school average. In your high school, how did you perform? If you performed well, high school is also what we refer to as secondary school in some countries, right? So if you really perform very well, you can apply for this scholarship. And the thing about this scholarship is that you have to apply, for it pretty early. There is a deadline to apply for every scholarship. So there are a couple of deadlines for this scholarship for January 12, 2020. I mean, if you're planning to apply for next year, then it's better to start making plans and preparation now so that you know what type of scholarship that you want to apply for. Then there's also the President's, International Distinction Scholarship. And as you can see here, this is a very prestigious scholarship, right? Students that have this superior admission average and those that have demonstrated really excellent leadership qualities that are entering their first year could also receive this amount of scholarship. Very fantastic type of scholarship. So if you're undergrad student, you can explore these and see if you'll be able to get this scholarship. One of the things you can always do is to check out the eligibility early enough so that they can start making plans for that scholarship. Okay, let's move on to the next scholarship. The next scholarship that I want to talk about is the Graduate Award for the University of Saskatchewan. So this is for PhD and master's program. As you can see here, the PhD student, they can get about $20,000 per year for about 3 years. That's 36 months, okay? And for master's program, which is usually thesis-based masters are the ones that have the most funding. There might be some other scholarship for course-based, but the master's thesis are usually the one that have the most scholarship. And then there are different eligibility, right? There are different departments that are eligible for this type of scholarship. You can check the different types of departments that are here, and then there is always a requirement. For example, you see that applicants must have a minimum of 80% average as a continuing student or entry student. So it means if you are a new student, you must have at least 80% average in terms of your CGPA to be considered for this scholarship. There is usually a deadline because at the time of this video is done, so 2022. So the deadline for this year has already passed, but it's good to be aware of this type of scholarship so that they can start applying against 2023. And then it just goes on like that. So every year there's usually the deadline, and you can always plan for the next year. Okay, then if you want to learn more about other types of award, there are lots of other undergraduate awards that are available. There are bursaries, there are scholarship, different types of awards that are for students, and then those that are if you want to check your category, you can basically click on is it for international student, or different kinds of student, right? So you can usually search based on that. Okay, let's move on. The third very prestigious scholarship is called the Venia Graduate Student Canada Graduate Scholarship. This is one of the most prestigious doctoral scholarship available in Canada, usually valued at $50,000 per year for 3 years, right, during your PhD. And there are basically different kinds of criteria that they look at why, evaluating students or prospective students for this scholarship. For example, you need to have a very good CGPA. That's what it defined as academic excellence, maybe things, publications, and some things like that. And then your research potential, because this is a doctoral scholarship, they need to really see that these students have high level research abilities, and this can be demonstrated in the proposal that you are going to be writing, and also the achievement you've had while doing your doctoral, maybe just starting your doctoral program as well, or maybe you're planning to start a PhD and then you're already doing your master. So this is a fantastic scholarship to consider. And then they also look at leadership abilities as well. So you see now that scholarship is not just all about academic achievements, right? If you don't just say I want to get 4.0 CGPA out of 4.0, then I can get any scholarship. No, CGPA might be one option, but research abilities and leadership can be other types of scholarships that are available. And then you can basically just click on any of the, if you want to learn more about each of the scholarship, is for Canadian citizens, foreign permanent residents, and there are different kinds of research, right, that are available. And another thing is that this, you cannot just apply for this scholarship without being affiliated to the university. So mostly for students that have already gained admission, this might be a better option for them. So if you want to be considered for this scholarship, it's best to apply to a university, get admission, and then start thinking about it and putting your documents together and making sure you get all the eligibility criteria so that when it's time to apply, you will be eligible for it. Okay. The fourth prestigious scholarship that I want to talk about is the Ontario Trillium Scholarship. So this is University of Western Ontario. This is a prestigious scholarship. They call it OTS. And you can see here that it is a scholarship that is aimed at attracting top international students to Ontario. So I think this is sponsored by the Ontario government, I guess. So they want to get the best and the brightest international students, okay? And this is usually, to qualify for this, the graduate chair of the program you've been admitted into, we also have to nominate you, right? If you want to learn more about this, you can check the values. $4,000 for that is renewable for 4 years, right? So which means if you start, you start getting $40,000 per year, and then you can see the timing and the deadlines, and then the eligibility as well. So you can read more about this, and know how to apply. CGPA is a very crucial point. For example, in terms of academic eligibility, you must have at a minimum of 80% in each of the last two most recently completed two. So if it is a master's program, you need to have gotten at least 80% in your master. So it's really, really very, very competitive. Okay, let's move to the next one. Is the Lester B. Pearson International Student Scholarship. So this is administered by the University of Toronto. The University of Toronto is one of the most, in fact, is the number one university in Canada in terms of, research and, facilities and reputation and ranking. It is one of the top scholarship, okay? So you can see that if you want to read more about this scholarship, if you say that it provides an opportunity for international students. If you just read this line here, it provides opportunity for international to study in one of the best university, right? In one of the universities so diverse in terms of the students that they give admission to is very competitive as well. So they have the best and the brightest, students. And if you want to see what this type of scholarship covers, you see that this type of scholarship actually covers, tuition, books, full residence support for 4 years. I think this is fantastic, right? This is fantastic. So you have this is I think this is for undergraduate students. This is for undergraduate students, and for the most part, it is quite a huge scholarship. So it's important to start reading up the eligibility early to see, if you will be eligible for it. And then start putting your documents together if you qualify. Maybe you are in the last part of your high school, and then you can read more about knowing the eligibility to see, the eligibility is all stated here, and then, for example, if you are beginning your studies at the University of Toronto in September 2023, then, you will be eligible for this scholarship, right? And then you'll be in your final year of your secondary school, and then you've kind of graduated not long ago. Okay, let's move on to the next one. It's called the University of Calgary International Entrance Scholarship. Okay, so this type of scholarship, it's valued at to 20,000 Canadian dollars. And if they say renewable, it means that after the first year, you can, if you do well and you maintain if you maintain the conditions of the if you maintain that conditions, you can keep renewing it every year. This is for undergraduate students, and this is only for international students that are entering their first year. There is usually eligibility and the type of award, so you can probably just read through that. And then there's usually this place that talks about academic merit, so higher level, academic achievement in your probably high school will really, really, play a role in getting this scholarship. Okay, the next one, we're back to Ontario, is the Ontario Graduate Scholarship Program, OGS, okay? And this is for students, graduate students at the both for masters or their PhD, and it's a merit-based scholarship. Basically means that they look at your how high your CGPA is, for your undergrad and for your masters. And then they are basically for all disciplines, and not every school in Ontario is also eligible for it. So you can check the participating school here to see if your school is eligible for this program. And then usually for $10,000 for two consecutive study terms, and then $15,000 for three consecutive, terms. And then who is eligible? It's if you will be in graduate program, both either masters or for PhD. So actually, these are the participating universities in Ontario, right? So you can check Brook, Carleton, McMaster, Rising. I mean, most of the book-based schools, and then if you want to learn how to apply, the application is here, the deadline, so it's a lot of work. Just have to take some time to go through it. Okay, let's look at York University. There is this fantastic, scholarship for international students. If you want to, learn how to apply for this international student scholarship, you can click on the link and learn more. There it's President's International Scholarship, excellence. There are about 20 international, awards valued at $180,000. So basically, you'll be getting $6,000 for 4 years. This is very competitive. And if you want to learn more, students who have demonstrated, just let me just go back. Let's see. So students that have demonstrated, that high ability in their just go back. Students that have demonstrated, level um high level commitment during their undergrad, program, they can also be eligible for, if you just check on scholarship and bursaries, yeah, go back and then you can learn more about this type of scholarship. Like I was saying, this scholarship, people that have high academic excellence, you have commitment to volunteer work, you have extracurricular activities and leadership skills. So like I mentioned before, scholarship is not just all about academic excellence, right? So volunteering, leadership skills, extracurricular activities, these are also involved. So you can learn more about this, just kind of go through it, and then you can click on learn more to learn more about this scholarship. And then this is Calgary University. There is also an entrance award for international students. There are a variety of scholarships. There is a prestige scholarships, there are entrance scholarships, and there are international awards, right? And the prestige scholarships, you can kind of see, this is one of the highest awards, right, at Calgary University. And for international students, if you're applying for September of 2023, there are two types of award you'll be considered for. International Award of Excellence is about a $5,000, award. And for most of these, they will need to see your secondary school transcript, right? They want to see how well you did in your high school. If you did very well in terms of your grades, this could be an option for you. There is also the Merit Award, the International Award of Merit, it's a one-time scholarship of 3,500. So there are different conditions, and you have to, most of the time, they said you may be considered for one of these awards for international students if you are entering Carleton directly from high school. For some of these provincial scholarships, they might be for those that are finishing high school in the province, right? But there are also other scholarships available for those that are just coming for, one of these programs, just from, without even studying or doing their high school in Canada. Okay, let's just round up with this. If you're a postdoctoral fellow, or if you're just completing your PhD and you want to do postdoctoral fellowship, the Banting Postdoctoral Fellowship is one of the most prestigious scholarship in Canada. It's so probably you just finished your PhD, and it's usually a $70,000 per year scholarship, and it's for 2 years. The non-renewable means that once after that 2 years, you cannot apply for an extension. Okay, and usually they read the top criteria for this, fund for this fellowship is top postdoctoral talent, right? Both nationally and internationally. Basically, if you finish your PhD and you're really good with your PhD, you can apply for this. And this will really help you to develop your potential and then also, position you for success. These are just but a few. There are lots of other scholarships. Every university has scholarship for the most part. So if you click on any university link, just go to their scholarship section, check all of the scholarships opportunity that they have. Let me just quickly talk about this. University of Alberta is one of the University of Alberta is my school, so I won't forget to promote them because they have lots of very great awards for both international students. Let me just go there, and so if you go to the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research, um, there are some scholarships that are department specific, which means that they're administered by departments. They have recruitment scholarship. Recruitment scholarship is basically if you're coming for, a new master's or a new PhD, you can get, this award, probably maybe 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, as the case may be. It depends on, how your particular department decide. Okay. And then there's also the Trillium Trust Scholarship. This is a fantastic scholarship. If you just click on, the Isaac Walton Trillium Scholarship, it's about a $45,000 scholarship for 2 years, and it's always subject to renewal in the second year of the award, right? So this is very fantastic. And then there is quite an eligibility for it. So no, there is no, this is the most important part, no restriction of citizenship. Every student, whether international student, domestic student, everyone can apply for it. And then there is also the Alberta Graduate Excellence Scholarship. There is the Marquis and King Scholarship. So you can just go through the University of Alberta and see the scholarships that are available. For the most part, the Alberta Graduate Recruitment Scholarship is usually, what will, as a student that is planning to go, I actually got this scholarship for this entrance scholarship, right? Entrance scholarship or recruitment award. I actually got this, recruitment award. There is a $5,000 unit, so you can get 5 units, which is like 25,000. I actually got 4 units for this scholarship, which made it up to $20,000. So I got that $20,000 in my first year, but they're not going to give you the money at once. They're going to try to stagger that money or within a space of 1 year, so that you'll be able to have, money to pay for your tuition during the course of the year. So just to wrap up, there are lots of scholarships, for the most part, there are more scholarships available for, international. There are more scholarships available when you now start your program, as compared to before you start your program. So have a look at this, think about it. If you're interested to apply, do where to apply, and then I wish you the best of luck. If you find this, video useful, do where to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And if you haven't shared with your friends, do where to share with your friends so that whenever new videos are released, you will definitely be the first person to get notified of my videos. Once again, thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next video.